Hello guys, welcome back. Now we continue from where we stop. And here we go. Emotions in the modern world are seen as vulnerability. They are seen as something that should be hidden rather than shown, ignored rather than explored. It is a fact of a capitalist society that leads us to believe that we are not feeling creation, but thinking one instead. That we are no longer beings, but rather just doers. Oh man. But let me ask you this. If there was no use for the feelings that arise in you, then why do you have them? Why do you have feelings? We are humans, we should have feelings. Just as we are unlimited in our thoughts, we are unlimited in our ability to feel. Professor Brené Brown has counted 87 human emotions and experience just like with the alphabet. Feeling those emotions become our ancestral vocabulary, which we can use with the same amount of intentional intelligence as we do our thoughts. Emotions inform us of the subtleties of the world within us, just like thought help us understand the concept of the world around us. Alright, remember, our emotions are a form of human intelligence. Our emotions are a form of human intelligence. God. Okay, now blocking my water. Keep it right there. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, is the ability to understand, use, and essentially master our emotions and deals with emotion of others. Interesting. By getting to know them and relating to them intensely, we learn to see ourselves for who we truly are, informed by what we so deeply feel. Emotional coaching allows you to manage your own emotions in a positive way, to release stress, communicate effectively, emphasize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. I love the last part. Diffuse conflicts. Alright. When the modern target driven world tells us that we shouldn't be driven by our emotions, it does not mean that we shouldn't feel. What it really means is we shouldn't be reactive to our raw, unfiltered emotions, screaming at people or making irrational decisions that may jeopardize our safety. Alright? The rules of the modern world, especially at work, urge us to become intelligently so that we actively so that we achieve results. I'll read that again. The rules of the modern world, especially at work, urge us to behave intelligently so that we achieve results. Okay? What the rules of the modern world tend to ignore, however, is that mastering emotion is an invaluable form of intelligence. Surely, skillfully guiding the raw power of emotion is neat and born smarter than suppressing them. Remember, the last time you witnessed an explosive emotional conversation, and you will know that to be true, emotions are a bit like having a really powerful turbo energy in your car. Of course, if you are not a good driver, you shouldn't be letting the power of that engine loose on the streets of your city. You did be causing a lot of injury to a lot of innocent people. including yourself. You shouldn't even start the engine in the first place. You did probably run it too much or cause a lot of noise. But if you are a competent driver, which I am, that know how to turn this raw power into fun on a racing track or a beautiful memory, driving along a windy country road, then rev the energy all you want. You get what I'm saying? I'll read that again. Take note. But if you are a competent driver that knows how to turn the raw power into fun, turn the raw power, that's your emotional quotient, your emotional power into fun on a racing track or a beautiful memory, driving along the windy country road, then rev the engine all you want. Drive as you want, drive as fast as you want, because you know how to control it. That's how it works. So, when we master emotional quotient, we should be allowed, even encouraged by the modern world, to be driven by our powerful engine. What our emotions are trying to tell us, we should be guided by those feelings so that we can more easily adapt and create the outcomes we truly desire in life. Mastering emotional quotient, we will learn to observe, acknowledge, and deal with how others feel, which will lead us to a deeper connection and more success. You see? Very interesting. When then we no longer need to ignore the wishes of our heart in favor of the fear of our mind. Alright? We will learn to recognize the powerful signal we feel when an external event stresses us, and then we will take action. Acknowledging and embracing how you feel may be the smartest things you can ever do. Acknowledging and embracing how you feel may be the smartest things you can ever do. Now, let's take a break and we'll come back for the third session. See you soon. So, we are going for the third session now, okay? After the break, we'll go straight away. See you soon. Alright. Welcome back to the third session. Okay, let's continue. Acknowledging and embracing how you feel may be the smartest things you can ever do. Alright? Feel it to heal it. Feel it to heal it. It is or not, like it or not, we all feel difficult emotions. It is part of our design as humans. Some of us learn to hide those emotions, but even then, the truth is that our feelings are always there. Remember, how we feel directly every facet of our life, even when we actively try to ignore it. I'll take that again. Note this. How we feel directly, how we feel direct every facet of our lives, even when we actively try to ignore it. When you feel negatively, your negative distracts you. When you feel negatively, your negativity distracts you. Even as you try to suck it in, it slows you down as you waste brain cycle dwelling on what upsetting you. It makes you less present as your thoughts are occupied with what led you here. It makes you doubt your loved ones even as they try to help you. Keeps you on high alert takes away your passion and energy as you depart from the joy of living. When you feel down, you feel distracted, you become less effective at everything you need to do. We, we so often fall into the pattern of trying to distract ourselves from our negative emotions. We keep ignoring emotions, keep suppressing them successfully for a while, and then things get worse. The intensity of viewing emotion grows beyond our ability to naturally contain them. So we try to distract ourselves in the unhealthiest way, numbing out and alcohol, TV, food, overworking, socializing, even drugs in an attempt to push the negative feeling away. And how effective does that make us in life? The original target, remember, those habits often take us from being ineffective to being destructive. You can keep trying to escape, but it simply doesn't work because those suppressed emotions continue to resurface for as long as they need until we finally stop to face the music. Music and me. But that's not the case here. You see, this only one way to deal with overgrowing power of your suppressed emotions, to feel them. Very important. We face them, we can embrace them. We face them, we can embrace them. Your best friend. Years ago, I attended a talk by a mindfulness expert, Pama Mika, in London, when she told us something that changed my life. She said that it doesn't matter if I am saying something horrible to myself internally or if someone else is saying something horrible to me. Although we can physically tell the difference between who is saying what, emotionally, the effect on us is exactly the same. Light bulb movement. This means I can create how I feel by how I speak to myself. As we discussed above, our emotions are not triggered by the event of our lives. They are triggered by the thought we generate to generate about those events. It is not what someone told you that stresses you. It is what you tell yourself about. Okay, let's read that again. Sorry for that. Uh, it is not what someone told you that stresses you. It is what you tell yourself about what they said that does. All right, I think I get that now. It is not what you hear in the news that scares you. It is what you repeat to yourself like a parrot that does. Wow, that is very interesting. I'm going to take this again. Just listen. This is very important. This is going to change you the way you think about yourself. Okay, listen. He said what? He said, it is not what someone told you that stresses you. Okay? It is what you tell yourself about what they said that does. It is not what you hear in the news that scares you. It is what you repeat to yourself like a parrot that does. That is very important. Very, very important. Remember, the most important conversation you will ever have is the one you continually have with yourself. Wow, I do this every time. I talk to myself every time. I interact with myself every time. It's very, 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 very good. I'm my best friend self. My best friend is myself. I talk to myself, I advise myself. And this right here is saying exactly the same thing. He said, remember this. The most important conversation you will ever have is the one you continually have with yourself. Talk to yourself positively. And this will take me to the scripture that said, we are wonderfully and fearfully made. I'm the apple of God's eyes. You see? So God loves us so much, okay? You are loved by God. You are a child of God. So talk to yourself positively. I'm not alone. God is with me. He's there for me. He's fighting for me, okay? It's just like that. So let's continue. There is no other conversation that you will have from the start of your life, right, up until this very end, that matter more. No one else inform you until you inform yourself. It's all you, always you. The true power of this was made clear when I had Nick Yaris on my podcast on stress able, on stress able. Nick had been wrongfully incarnated on death row for 22 years for the rape and murder of a woman he has never even met. Oh my God. On death row, the trauma he suffered mentally, emotionally, physically, even spiritually was beyond what the average person can even comprehend, let alone live with. Truly heartbreaking. I can resonate with this. I can resonate with this. When we record this story to me, when he recorded this story to me, I welled up with tears. I listened with all my heart as he spoke. The kindness, the compassion he had for the people that has wronged him left me in a way. I had to ask him how. How did he get through the experience of those years of being tortured in solitary confinement for something he didn't even do? Oh my God. And still come out with this level of grace, this level of unuttered kindness. He responded that no matter what was going on around him, no matter what was being done or said to him, he made sure that he spoke to himself internally like his greatest champion, his truest friend, so that he always had some kindness with him every day. Then he said, what's the reason he's still here today? Why? So many others committed suicide on his blog. Being kind to himself and others was the reason that he was able to move forward, rather than getting stuck in the bitterness of his harrowing experience. This is the true power of internal conversation. Imagine this for a moment. How will you feel if you spend a day with someone who kept telling you that you were useless, not good enough, fat, stupid, snappy at you, criticizing you, putting you down? You will surely come back at the end of the day feeling pretty low, fed up, depleted, won't you? What about if you had a friend following you around all day, telling you how great you were, who believed in you, what kind and was kind to you when things went wrong, who was reminding you during challenging times that you would do whatever you set your mind to do, that everything will be okay when things didn't go as you expected. After one day with that good friend, how will you feel? You will truly end the day feeling content, feeling confident, and behaving yourself even when things went wrong. You will feel empowered to handle them. Now, think for a moment about the reality that you will have either of those people with you all day, every day, simply by choosing which conversation you engage with in your mind. Which one would you rather carry inside your head all day? The critics or the friend? You choose. Okay, we'll take a break right here, and when we come back, we'll move on to the fourth session of this situation room. See you later, love.